spoke to you in the changing rooms. Best of luck to both. Shake hands. Best of luck to both.
Terry O'Connor is our referee. Some would say, and I'm not going to disagree, that he's the best referee in the UK. Straight down to business, a man of few words, because these are the fellas we want to see. Pablo Sarmiento, who's only 32 but looks a lot older, against Colin Lynes, who looks very focused for the biggest night of his boxing career. And the one thing that the tail of the tape doesn't show you is that Sarmiento really does take a good punch. It's very unlikely that Lynes, or indeed anybody else, is going to blow this fella away. If you're going to go in the ring with Pablo Sarmiento, expect to go to full 12, because you're probably going to have to do it.
Very strong, very fit, extremely durable, as he showed in fights with Ears and Sure. And so important, I think, for Lynes to get a good start. Show this guy that he means business. Sarmiento very, very experienced.
And he's not one of these guys that is fazed by travelling, and nor will he be travel sick either. He's boxed all over Europe, and these days, like so many South Americans are starting to do, he's actually based in Spain, so this hasn't been some grueling 10-hour flight with a couple of changes somewhere to get himself here. It's just a short hop from Madrid.
Lynes trying to apply pressure, throwing a good counter left there.
He's clever though, Sarmiento. If you go in blindly and just more in hope than expectation, this fella will pick you to ribbons. Just as you saw there, Lynes threw a couple of punches, Sarmiento slipped them both. Ted Bammy has taken his place next to our promoter, Barry Hearn, right in the front row there. Ted will be hoping that next time he's in the ring, he's fighting for a world title. There he is. And already Lynes knows that Sarmiento means business. This is not a fella you can bully. Look at that confidence. Gloves down by the side.
That's right. In another man's backyard, first round.
Now he's sending out a real psychological statement here, Sarmiento. He's trying to send the message to Lynes, you can't hurt me. And he's not winning himself any friends, is he? The gum shield's out, but what a bit of kidology there. The gloves down by the side. It's a mark of disrespect.
Definitely, Nick. This is what he's come over. He's in the other man's backyard. The crowd are all for Lynes, and he's basically saying to Lynes, you're going to lose this here. I'm here to take my title home.
And not only that, you're so bad, I don't even need to defend myself. Well,
Lynes doing good, keeping his composure. You can't let yourself be fazed by fighters when they try these antics. Good head movement from Lynes. Looks like he's planning steady pressure for this fight.
Yeah, you're so right, Richard, that Sarmiento has come in and he's brought his little box of tricks with him as well, and you can't be distracted by that kind of thing. If Lynes is going to take this title, he's going to have to stick to his own game plan and work within it. Tremendous support. Tough first round to call. Sarmiento doing all the fun and game stuff. But maybe Lynes just stuck to his work rate enough to pinch it.
When you get inside, you've got to keep moving. You've got one uppercut there, but just go like that. Keep moving and moving and moving all the time when you're working in. Double your jab. One difference between you and him at the moment.
Paul Cook there keep his head moving. Good advice.
Get inside.
Paul Cook, a very good trainer.
You've got to fucking pull him about. Right? Pull him about and you won't want to know. Right,
so he's got a bully Sarmiento. That's interesting. Going into this fight, I thought Sarmiento would be too strong for Lynes. It's interesting that they want to adopt the game plan of bullying him. Good uppercut there from Sarmiento.
That's the risk when you pull Sarmiento, though. He picks his shots very well as a counter puncher.
That first round there, Lynes for me, just more workman-like, just busier, trying to get his shots off.
Like all world title fights, this one's scheduled for 12. Don't be at all surprised if it goes the distance. Sarmiento, not a big puncher, but definitely knows how to stick around. How often do we say that about South American fighters? Oh, nice.
Sarmiento seems to be looking for that right uppercut as Lynes steps in, inviting Lynes forward. Colin needs to just keep doing what lots of head movement, stepping forward behind that stiff jab.
Was quite a promising soccer player in younger years, Colin Lynes, and was being looked at by Gillingham, who currently play in the English Division 1, just one level short of the Premiership. So he was obviously at a good standard, but decided no, he can be a Premier League player in the boxing ring. Well, here's his chance to get himself promotion.
I actually spoke to Colin after his defeat to Malinga, and he had a change of trainer, said he was now a full-time professional and that he was feeling the benefits. So here you can see he's looking very, very strong, very, very focused.
Malinga really roughed him up, didn't he? And I think Colin probably, I mean, I haven't spoken to him, but my guess would be that Colin came out of that fight thinking, okay, I've got to find another level if I'm going to mix in that class.
Well, that's right. As a professional, you go through stages. Your manager, your promoter slowly eases you up, and you have to find what you need to do to move to the next level.
Well, it's interesting. I think his first trainer was Alex Gower, who's still in his corner. It's not like they had a falling out, but sometimes, as you say, you just need to change things around just to freshen things up a little bit, get a different perspective.
Sarmiento trying to get Lynes on the back foot.
One of the keys for Lynes for me in this fight is that he's got to stay with it, because Sarmiento is going to make him miss a lot, and he mustn't get frustrated at that.
That's right. Miss a punch, still got to come back with the next punch. But Lynes using the jab very, very well.
Yeah, nice straight left jab, sinking in there.
And he's not pouring with it. It's a stiff jab, tipping Sarmiento off balance as he's trying to come back with the counters.
Well, if you listen to the crowd, you'll think Lynes is totally dominating this fight, but
on him.
that's two close rounds.
Working the body, keep busy all the time. Working with that jab, Cole, all the time. Right? Don't look at them big looking whites from out here. Moving me jab, and then opens up the right hand, right? Aim to the chest
Cook
as well.
again, good advice.
Right, that's where you want him.
Telling Lynes to get into
back,
position before letting those punches go. Sarmiento's the type of fighter, if you are punching air, punching and leaning forward, he's going to catch you off guard with the counters.
That's important. Keep going. He does not like it, mate. It's in there.
Nice left hand. He's had some success with that in that second round.
Good left hook. Colin just throwing the better quality punches. He's hitting the target. He's doing well. Good start.
Round 3, long way to go. But Lynes has settled down well.
But this is what you need. This is definitely what Colin would have needed, fighting a much more experienced opponent. You need a good start to make Sarmiento know that this fight is for real. I'm here to take your belt.
If I'm in Sarmiento's corner, I'm probably saying to him, look, you know, enough with the flash. We know you're the champion. Get down and do some work. His work rate's been pretty poor those first 2 rounds.
Yeah, content to mess around. It looks like he means a bit more business here, though. Not backing up so willingly. Turn to a battle of the jabs at the moment.
Oh, and Lynes is winning that battle.
Again, this is good from Colin. He's edging forward, head's moving all the time, behind a stiff jab. Sometimes I've seen Colin in the past, and a criticism I've had of him on occasion is that he looks to get off with his combinations, even if there's no target there. But he seems very very, very focused tonight. And he's hardly missing with anything.
Again, still pumping that jab out, and it's prompting a response from Sarmiento. Oh, nice uppercut from the champion. Now, he's landed 2 or 3 of those, and you wonder how many of them Lynes is going to take. That's a hurtful punch, and you can see the effects because Lynes is being forced to back up.
Backing up for the first time there. Maybe just a bit stunned, clearing his head. Take a few seconds to clear the head. Smart thing to do. Coming forward again now, though. This is a good tempo for the fight. Both throwing lots of punches, very busy.
Looking for those openings. Getting a clean shot on this man is not easy.
I'm surprised there, Sarmiento tying Lynes on the inside. I'm surprised. I thought Sarmiento would have wanted the fight there.
Good right hand, much more of a sense of purpose and urgency from Pablo Sarmiento, and whether he got a talking to in the corner or whether he just decided himself it was time to change the tempo, the champion definitely turned up the heat a little bit in that 3rd round.
Definitely turned up the heat, good right hand to finish it. But I think Colin's just working so well behind that jab for me at the moment. If he can keep Sarmiento on the back foot, that's where he's doing the better work. There's occasions there Sarmiento managed to edge forward, caught Lynes with the uppercut, which seems to be a favourite of his here tonight.
Ricardo Sanchez Antocha working the corner with Sarmiento. Your Spanish is probably as good as mine, so we don't know what they're saying. They're actually not saying a lot, are they? They're obviously quite happy with the game plan at the moment.
I've seen Sarmiento in the pot. There's the uppercut that I'm speaking about. A good punch. Lynes has got to be careful of that. It could be that Sarmiento's corner, they know that he's just easing to the fight. I've seen him fight on a few occasions, and he seems to warm up as the fight goes on and get busier as time passes.
He does pace himself well, the champion, who is boxing in the solid red trunks and matching boots. Very stylish. Lynes definitely in this one, without totally dominating it. I think that would be a reasonable assessment of the first 3 rounds. Every so often, Sarmiento just sends out a little flare, just to say, I'm the champion here.
Again, Lynes looks to be the boss on the inside. Looks to be the boss. Bullying Sarmiento on the inside now. Like I said, I am surprised that Sarmiento holding on the inside.
There goes that uppercut again. And a good response though from Lynes.
Just what you find every time Sarmiento gets a little bit of success, tries to pick it up, Colin comes back with something a little bit better.
There is an argument which says that Pablo Sarmiento is not as good as his record, that he caught Billy Schwer to win this title right at the end of Schwer's career, and poor old Billy gave everything before losing in the 11th. Then beat Michael Ayers on points, and there's definitely an argument that Michael had seen better days. And with no disrespect to Gary Ryder, the last victim, you know, Gary was possibly short of world class anyway at that point. So, having said that, he beats him. You put him in there, and he beats him.
That's right. I agree with you there, Nick. But with Schwer and Ayers being at the tail end of their careers and not being as good as they were, but still, I still think this is definitely the best opponent that Lynes has faced.
Yes, he's very efficient, isn't he? He knows how to take care of himself, works hard normally. Well, we're not seeing that tonight from Sarmiento.
Well, that could be down to the fact that Lynes is edging forward with that stiff jab, and every time Sarmiento's trying to go to work, he's getting pushed off balance by that jab, not being allowed to work. I must say, when I heard about this fight, I thought it was a big step for Colin, being that he'd been defeated by Malinga so recently. But he's doing well here, bossing the fight.
Well, just to go back to Malinga, who also beat Ted Bowney in 3. He's a pretty useful campaigner himself.
That's right.
Round 4 comes and goes.
That round was a lot closer. The work, neither fighter really landed with anything significantly. To see there the struggle for control.
Yeah, that was a very finely balanced round. You could argue, and I'm just sneaking a look at Richard's card here, that on work rate alone, the challenger pinched the first 3 rounds. But it was tough to separate them in that 4th round. Maybe Sarmiento's finally deciding to go through the gears a little bit, get himself together.
Well, like I said, I've seen him in fights before where 5th round, 6th round, he starts to get into the fight and then really finishes at a furious rate.
Well, I think he's going to need to do that here. He's not impressed me at all, Sarmiento, so far in this fight. But maybe that's to take credit away from the man from Hornchurch, Colin Lynes, who's come in and worked his game plan.
I've been very impressed with Colin so far. Been very patient, very focused. Again, that good head movement got Sarmiento missing. Pace dropping off and a lot more thinking going on from the two.
Yeah, it really is. It's the old chess match analogy, isn't it? Because neither man is able to land cleanly as often as they would like, and I think they've both come in with their plan A's, and maybe plan A's aren't quite coming off at the moment. Oh, yeah. Well, that's Sarmiento for you. Borderline rule breaker. Broke the spirit, if not the letter of the law there.
Very noisy with the crowd. Sometimes easy not to hear an instruction from the referee.
Oh, I think he heard. I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
I think Lynes needs to get back on using that jab. He's not used it so much this round. And as you can see, Sarmiento making it more of a fight now. Again with that uppercut.
He does like to lead with that uppercut, doesn't he? And why not? I mean, that's at least 6 that have connected now. And as you say, he's starting to just sort of ruffle Lynes out of his groove a little bit here. It's all a bit messy and sloppy. And Lynes doesn't need that. Lynes wants it to be like it was in the first 2 or 3 rounds. Sarmiento's making this all a bit tangled and tied up and twisted up, and this is not good for Lynes.
That's right, this is the type of fight Sarmiento wants. Needs to pick up the work rate though. Lynes still trying to get his work, but not as effective. Not as effective. Doesn't want to be backed up like that at all.
Oh, there's that uppercut again.
Needs to stay on that front foot. He's so effective when Lynes is on that front foot and coming behind that stiff jab. You can see there Sarmiento managed to push him back, and then Lynes a much bigger target. His head comes up a little bit and then starts to get tagged.
Yeah, it's a good point you make, Richard. You've got to stay on the front foot against this fella.
One punch like that will fucking finish this fight. Right, so keep the chin down all the time. Right, when he comes, as soon as he comes running, you bend your knees, right, and then you're out of arm's way. Then work him. You've got to grit your teeth there, mate. He's more time than what you are. You're fucking fit for 12 rounds. Don't worry about that.
Well, Paul Cook has seen the warning signs as well. This uppercut is a dangerous punch.
Sarmiento getting a foothold in this fight. Starting to use his physical strength against Lynes here. His physical strength and his know-how. He's been around a long time, been in tough fights before.
I'll tell you what will worry me if I'm in Lynes' corner right now. It's the fact that Lynes doesn't seem to see these uppercuts coming. He gets caught with all of them.
That's right, and while backing up, seems to drop the hands, his head comes up, leaves himself in a very precarious position.
So round 6 then of this 12-round IBO light welterweight title fight. Pablo Sarmiento, the champion, starting to get back into it after a very positive start from the challenger Colin Lynes, who's making a real step up in class here. It's funny, isn't it? In the old days, and I sound like an old man here, you know, if you wanted to start fighting for world titles, you had to go up through the ranks somehow. You had to be fighting for area titles, British titles, European titles, but in this day and age, such a proliferation of opportunities out there, you can bypass all that, and Lynes has never really had too many title fights.
This is the point now where an experienced man like Sarmiento would expect him, if he's going to start to take over here. Been in 10-round, 12-round fights before. Very experienced at the distance.
Very tough as well. It's difficult to see where Lynes is going to find a punch that will just put this fella away. He's not a big banger, Colin Lynes, just 9 stoppages.
Lynes caught a few times by lead rights and counter rights in this round. Neeson's maybe tightening his defense a little bit, getting a little bit ragged with his defense.
There's that uppercut again. And Lynes is forced just to hang on a little bit to let the head clear. There we go again. That right hand straight through the middle, whether it's an uppercut or whether it's delivered straight. That seems to score every time Sarmiento throws it. Feinted it then drew it back.
Still surprised that Sarmiento doesn't seem willing to work inside. Seems to be the more hurtful puncher of the two, though. Every time he catches Lynes clean, he seems to visibly shake him.
Sarmiento's starting to get a little bit predictable because he's just leading with that right uppercut now every time. But Lynes backing up and dancing around the ropes, and I wonder if that's what he wants to be doing. Could be a sign that he's feeling the pace a little bit here.
Usually in a 12-round fight, Lynes started fast. Usually in a 12-round fight, you have to take a round or two off, take a little breather. It's all about pacing.
A bit early for a breather though, isn't it, Richard, or not?
Well, all fighters are different. It depends on your mental state also. Maybe he's thought that Sarmiento's feeling strong. I'm not going to get him out of there. Let me take a little break and have a hard push at the end.
Well, it's all very calm in that corner, isn't it? No screaming and shouting, which is usually a sign of a situation that's under control.
That's right. There you see that good right hand counter, and then the uppercut. Good work with the right hand there for Sarmiento. Lynes has got to be careful of that. Still a long way to go.
Well, the balance of power is starting to shift. If you look at Richard Williams' scorecard, as you had Lynes winning the first 3, what's he done since then?
Yeah, that's right. I've got Lynes up by 1 at the moment. Needs to get a foothold again, push Sarmiento back as he was in the first three, and get back behind that stiff jab.
Yes, it's a small, but it's a definite, noticeable shift in momentum here. And he's getting forced on the back foot more than he would like here, Colin Lynes.
There seems to be a lull in Colin's work. I'm just wondering if maybe he's starting to feel the pace a bit, and now starting to think maybe too much about the task in front of him.
Well, you said he was taking a breather possibly in the last round. I mean, the suggestion is it's not a breather, he's starting to feel the pace. This is 2 rounds in a row now where his work rate has dropped.
Colin not using the jab. He needs to get back on that jab. He was keeping Sarmiento off balance, making him think about what to do and stopping Sarmiento from jabbing and coming forward. But here you can see Colin's not using that jab, and Sarmiento's growing in confidence, starting to try and swarm all over him.
Good thing for Lynes is that during these middle rounds, where he's clearly suffering a little bit, the quality of Sarmiento's work seems to have dropped off a bit as well. This is not a round to write home about, is it?
Not at all. Neither man landing with good punches. That's better from Lynes there. And sometimes that's exactly what you need in a fight where it's getting hard, it's getting grueling. You can't land your good shots. Sometimes you just go down, smaller punches, lighter punches, but they're catching the judge's eye and they're scoring points. That's what you need in these rounds. They're getting hard to score.
That was a really lazy left hook from Sarmiento. It was telegraphed from the back of the Goresbrook Leisure Centre in Dagenham. Lynes just slipped underneath it.
Good right hand to the body from Lynes.
But not a great round for either man.
Not at all. Not a lot of good work done in that round by either man. Really, again, it's that thing. It's looking for now who's going to take the initiative, who's going to get that second win and take over the fight.
Well, maybe they're both feeling the heat a little bit. I have to say, those 7 rounds have gone by really quickly, which is usually the sign of a good fight. But that last one definitely dragged a little bit, and I wonder if that's because these two fellas are feeling the strain. Lynes is definitely, I won't go as far as say he's sending out the distress signals, but he's lost some of the bounce in his step, hasn't he?
Paul Cook trying to G's man up there. Get that mental strength back, that mental focus that he had in the first part of the fight. Turning into a real hard fight now. Joe's got a lot of pushing and pulling, very physical fight, where I personally would have expected Sarmiento to be getting the better of it, but it's not proving that way to this point.
We always talk, Richard, about the psychological nature of a boxing match. It's not all just about the physical, far from it. And this has become one of those contests now, isn't it? Who's got it's the mental toughness as much as anything now. Terry O'Connor has had enough of the sloppy stuff, and it is both of them. It's a very well-balanced contest, this one now. A real close, tight, edgy affair, and it's who's got the mental toughness, who's got the courage of their convictions.
I said Sarmiento been here before, like I said. Lynes is the new man to this. But again, the younger man. And this may be one of those ones that just comes out to the younger man wanting it more. Who's going to want it more? It's one of those fights.
I think the frustration for both of them is just how rarely they're able to land a clean shot. You saw Sarmiento going with the right hand that was just all over the place there. But Lynes can't land cleanly either. If anything, it's the odd counter punch that's getting through now. That's about it.
That's right. Surprised that Sarmiento's not picking up the pace. I think his usual style, by about the 8th round, he really got going. And he's usually flying by this point, but give Lynes credit, he's used the jab well in the early part of the fight. He's made Sarmiento miss a lot of punches, and maybe that's taken a little bit of the sting out of the Argentinian. That's what Lynes needs to do, get back on that good jab. Especially when there's not a lot going on in the round. Get back on that good jab. Winning the fight, keep Sarmiento off balance. There it is again.
Well, don't forget, with a world title fight, we've got 3 judges scoring at ringside. I've thought right from the first bell that this one's going to go all the way. We're going to be hearing from those 3. This is one of those moments where you'd love to get a sneak preview of the scorecards, see how they're reading this. Because there's a case to be made for both men here. That uppercut landed, but didn't have an awful lot behind it.
Well, this is it. Sarmiento really landing every time he throws that uppercut. Fortunate for Lynes that there's not a lot behind it there. Sarmiento looking tired. The walk back to the corner there, Lynes looked the more lively.
Come on, he's pushing
very close round, very hard to score.
End up with the hook all the time, don't matter where you are, just end up with the hook. Just bring that hook over. When you're inside, you see up here. But stay looking, bring it over. Colin, keep this work rate up, right?
Colin to keep that work rate high. That's what he needs to do. He needs to work behind that jab and stop Sarmiento from working.
Well, that's absolutely crucial, isn't it? That work rate has got to stay there. And this is the time of the fight where you're really starting to suffer, isn't it? Because there's still a long way. You can't see the winning post yet. It's still a blur in the distance.
That's right. And psychologically, you've got to dig in, especially in a fight like this where it's got hard, it's got grueling. There's a lot of holding and pushing and pulling on each other. This is where the mental toughness is kicking in.
And then you hear the timekeeper say round 9, and you say to yourself, oh, long way to go, and I'm feeling tired and I'm feeling a bit sorry for myself. You've got to dig in. And I think that's the message for both of them, because it's not as if Sarmiento, as you keep saying, Richard, I mean, you expect him to be on right up to speed at this point, and he's not at all, and he's not looked quite right from the opening bell.
Lynes just keeping him off balance and keeping him thinking so well in the early part of the fight. You've got to contribute. Got to believe that Colin's contributed to Sarmiento not looking at his best here tonight. Again, a lot of thinking going on.
That's a little switch downstairs, left of the body from Lynes.
So I think when the fight is like this, it suits Lynes. Just edging forward, coming behind the single jabs and looking to then unload with his combinations.
Well, this is perfect for Lynes because Sarmiento's not throwing a punch.
That's right.
And when he does, he's 6 feet away.
He's looking, Sarmiento now just looking for Lynes to fall in short with his punches so he can counter, but not being very successful with that tactic at all.
We're halfway through this round. I don't think Sarmiento's landed a shot yet. I mean, he's barely thrown one, never mind land one. Which is not to say that Lynes is picking him off at will, but if you're a judge at ringside, there's no case here for Pablo Sarmiento taking this round. There's just nothing coming from him at all.
Nothing at all. Round 9, you would expect a man of Sarmiento's experience to have got his second win now. Again, Lynes using that good jab a bit more in this round. That's what he needs to do. There you go, that's it. Jab to the head, then jab to the chest, keeping Sarmiento, keeping the champion off balance. That's good work.
If Pablo Sarmiento boxes the last 3 rounds the way he's boxed this one, he's going to lose his title. I mean, I'm shocked at the lack of work, and you know, maybe it goes back to your thing, Richard, that everybody needs a breather when you go in 12 rounds. Maybe this is the round where he says, right, I'm going on autopilot here. Just to say that he does land the right hand, but it's coming the last few seconds of the round.
Could well be that he's taking a breather again in the exchange. What's good there from Colin, that he's the one that's willing to dig in during the exchanges and getting the better of them, which is surprising me, to be honest.
Well, there really ought to be some urgency in this corner now. I mean, if that's you, Richard, you're putting a rocket up this guy's backside, aren't you? Just shake him out of this.
That's right. He is the champion, but he's away from home.
He's not working hard enough.
Not at all. Not at all. He needs to get that rhythm going. Needs to get that work rate up, and go back to what he did for 2 rounds in the middle part of the fight, which was draw Colin Lynes into a messy, scrappy battle. That's what Sarmiento needs to do. And this man here, Colin Lynes, needs to stay on that jab and keep the straight punches going.
Strange fight, isn't it? As you say, round 6 and 7, Lynes was made to look very ordinary indeed. You thought Sarmiento was getting on top, but the last 2 rounds, Sarmiento just has not found an extra gear.
We're getting now into the championship round, so we'll see. Sarmiento been here many times before. Lynes hasn't been here.
Yes, this is new territory for the man from Hornchurch in Essex, to the east of London.
Good sweeping right hand from Sarmiento there. Just seemed to stun Lynes for a second.
It's going to be very interesting when we hear the scores in this one. You've had Lynes ahead from the start, and he's never been overhauled. Looking at your card, and I tend to agree with you.
So here's Sarmiento looking a lot more springy in this round. So like you said, maybe he took the breather in the last round, and he's coming out here with a bit more fire.
And maybe his corner men were honest enough to say to him, look, if you do that again, you can leave your belt here.
So the corner man's job so important in reading the fight and motivating the fighter.
Lynes got a big cheer for a combination there, but both punches were caught on the gloves of Sarmiento, who's definitely stepped it up.
This is better now from Sarmiento. I think he did take a breather in the last round. This is much better from him. This is where he needs to be to win this fight.
Yeah, and Lynes is starting to look tired to me. He's thrown a few shots that have been well short of the target area. And this is where the crowd can be deceptive, because they want their man so much that they just cheer for a punch that's thrown, never mind where it lands. But Sarmiento's picking him off here. And whatever they said in the corner, or maybe it was just Sarmiento taking a breather, but he's certainly come back with a bit more snap about him.
Sarmiento getting back into his groove.
Oh, good shot.
This is what he does best.
He really disguised that straight right. The timing of it caught Lynes.
But this is the experience. This is where you're seeing the experience. Showing feints, pretending to lead with the left and coming with the right. This is all experience and being in hard, grueling fights from before. You were saying, Nick, at the beginning of the fight that Sarmiento was starting to look a bit predictable, but here it seems to be Lynes in the later part of the fight that's predictable.
Yeah, a very good point. He looked pretty tired in that round, Colin Lynes. There wasn't much originality and there wasn't much work. And Paul Cook is really giving him a G up now.
Come on, wait until you've got 2 more rounds. You win them, then you are the world champion. You know that, right? You want that, come on.
That's right, that's good work from Cook there. That's exactly what you need. The last two rounds in a championship fight, both are tired. No matter how hard you've trained, you get to the 11th and 12th rounds, you're going to be feeling that pace. This is where you need a corner that's motivating, is telling you the right things, and not too much either.
Well, he's played the only card he's got left, really, Cook here, hasn't he? He's just said, look, if you win the last 2 rounds, you're going to be the champion. So it's the psychological thing. 2 rounds. He's got him out of that thinking of this is 12 rounds and you're going to be shattered. He's tried to psychologically tell him 6 minutes.
That's right.
That's all he's got to go. So that's easier said than done. He looks very weary to me, Colin Lynes, and it's Sarmiento at 32, who we know can go the distance and we know can come on strong, that is starting to look the livelier.
Definitely. The snap looks to be back in Sarmiento's punches. Not a good sign for Lynes.
There's that right uppercut. Snapping through again, and Lynes can't take many more of them, I don't think.
Well, there you see, that's Sarmiento's plan. He's looking for Lynes to fall short with punches. Colin's looking more tired in this round, more ragged. He's thrown a left, right, overreached and been caught with the uppercut.
I don't think Sarmiento can stop him, and I'm absolutely certain that Lynes can't stop Sarmiento. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the judges make of this one.
That's a close fight. I've got Lynes up by 2 at the moment, but it's all to play for.
And I've got it closer than that, for what that's worth. I really do think Paul Cook got it absolutely right when he said the winner of the last 2 is going to win the fight. And right now, the winner of round 11 is the champion.
Definitely, Sarmiento got his 2nd win. Applying the pressure that he needs.
Good right from Lynes.
Lynes' success now coming in the form of just single shots.
Single shot counter punches as well.
That's right, seems too tired to put combinations together at this point. The champion turning the screws of the pressure.
Well, does that right hand spring him to life? It's got the crowd going. I'm not sure Sarmiento's that bothered by it, you know.
He's in his groove now, Sarmiento.
This is what we thought we'd be seeing 4 or 5 rounds earlier. He's left it late this time, Sarmiento, but has he timed his run right?
So you can see him trying sidestepping, turning Lynes now. Sarmiento definitely the one that's finishing the stronger. But here again, Lynes, he's feeling the pace, he's feeling tired. What he needs to do is try not to be too technical, try not to do too much, but get back behind that stiff jab and just hope to push the champion off balance as he's coming in.
Well, now what's Paul Cook going to say to his man with 3 minutes left?
You've got to get it. You've got to win this round. Do you hear me? It's all in this round, you've got to win it. You got it? You've got to have this round in the bank.
It's all psychological at this point. 3 minutes to go and Paul Cook just trying to G his man up and get him motivated for the final assault. There you see Lynes trying with the jab. That's what he needs to do. Just pour out that jab. Keep Sarmiento off balance. Sarmiento much better in that round.
The place going absolutely crazy. It's so close. It really is. For whatever this is worth, Richard Williams has Colin Lynes 1 round ahead. I've got Sarmiento 1 round ahead. That's how close it is. 1 round to go. The winner here could be world champion. Well, this is where you can see the winning post, and this is where you can dig deep and suck it up and really put everything you've got into it, because you don't want to take any energy back to the dressing room with you. Leave it all in the ring.
That's right, down to the final drop. Lynes needs to throw it all here. He's so close, on my card anyway, he's so close to lifting this title. Trying to push forward.
It's such a strange fight. Lynes looked the better in the earlier rounds. No question that Sarmiento has dominated these latter rounds, and it's the middle rounds that could determine it, when both of them had some awful patches as well. At no point could you say either man's been in control of this fight.
That's right, swung one way and then the next. Sarmiento's looked the better in the last 2 rounds. That's better from Lynes. He needs to just grit his teeth and throw it all.
But Sarmiento is pouring all over him at the moment, just trying to land anything. And Lynes has just got to stay with him and match him punch for punch and outwork him.
Lynes showing good grit there, pushing Sarmiento back. At this point in the fight, it's just about keeping your composure, keeping your arms moving.
Good stiff right hand gets through from Lynes. It brings a response from Sarmiento.
Lynes stepped in well with those punches. Lynes the one landing the better punches in this round for me.
Yeah, he is. He's really dug deep here, Colin Lynes.
Big night for him. Knows it's all. He knows it's got to be very close.
Well, as we suspected, before a punch had been thrown, before the bell had sounded, this one is going to the 3 judges. Dan Ballas and Malvina Latham of the United States, and John Coyle of the United Kingdom.
Sarmiento seems to have gone quiet again in this round.
He has. It's not the grandstand finish you wanted. Who's got it? If these fans can influence the judges, we've got a new world champion. Colin's wife taking a snapshot of the moment. They're all very happy.
Very good fight. Lynes there, dug deep. Biggest night of his life. And on my card anyway, he's got it by 2 points, 2 rounds.
Well, far be it from me to spoil the party, Richard, because my scorecard is totally worthless. But I've got this a draw, and if it is a draw, Sarmiento keeps the belt.
Keeps his belt. So it's interesting, the body language after the fight. Sarmiento doesn't look too happy with himself.
No, 2 very tired fighters who put a lot in there. And I think really at the back of the minds, well, it's always horrible when it goes to the judges, isn't it? Even if you know you've dominated, you've put it in somebody else's hands, and these guys are going to go to work, and they hold your destiny in their calculators.
That's right. And sometimes some very, very peculiar results.
Oh yes, we've seen that before now. Lynes getting to work on his jaw there, and I did hear Alex Gower, one of his trainers, say something about there'd been some damage to the jaw. There was Alex just going through shot there. The referee's having a look at it. He's a tough old battler, this Pablo Sarmiento, isn't he, whatever the result here.
That's right, always good to see.
And I think even if he loses here, Colin Lynes has showed that he can take a step up, that this wasn't too far for him.
Well, that's right, he's taken the acid test and he's performed well.
Well, the crowd's done its part. Now it's down to the judges. And it'll be very interesting to see what they make of it. An intriguing scrap, not a classic, but it kept us entertained and asking questions all the way through. And now
Ladies
we
and
find out
gentlemen,
who's the champion.
The referee has insisted you show your appreciation one more time for 12 fantastic rounds of championship boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision.
And that matches Richard and me. We have it split.
Judge Marlena Latham from the USA scores the contest 117-111 for Lynes.
Wow, that's wide.
Judge John Coyle, England, scores the contest 115-114 Sarmiento. And Judge Don Bellis scores the contest 116-112 in favour of... And the new...
Lynes has got it!
IBO Lightweight Champion of the World, Colin Lynes!
I question how you give it to Lynes by 4. I don't think even his best mate could give that fight to him by 6, but he won't care one little bit. He's the new world champion.